Hey guys, Sweaty Cunt here, and welcome to the second review of 2019. This review is going to be of Future WIZRD. Future is a hip hop artist from Atlanta who's influenced a lot of rappers in today's game. Although I'm not a big fan, some of the songs grew on me, and after a quiet 2018, Future returns with his latest effort, The WIZRD. The album starts off with Never Stop. This is a generic song about his come up and how he was broke and now he's not. This is over normal trap production that you'd normally hear from an artist like Future. The second track, Jumpin On A Jet, is the second single from the album. The track is about I've got money, hoes and a private jet. That's about it. The third track, Rocket Ship, is a pretty boring track. He talks about drug use and how he feels like a rocket ship when he takes them. And I actually like the fourth track, Temptation, because he sounds like he's sort of trying, you know. Although one lyric pops out when I first heard it, she gave more head than a tumor. Okay. Other than that, the flow sounds nice and it's one of my favorites. Crushed Up is the first single from the album. This is very boring. This track is just all, hey look, I've got money. We get it, mate. You can afford big diamonds on your wrist. FNN is the most forgettable track on the album. I'm just going to leave it at this. I got so many white bitches, Ku Klux Klan. Like, come on, mate. Jesus Christ. The seventh track, called The Coroner. I got a white and black girl that look like an Oreo. I'll leave it at that. At this point, I thought I was almost done with the album, but I had 11 tracks to go. Felt like I've been here for an hour. Anyways, Talk Shit Like a Preacher is about his legendary status as a rapper over a nice beat. It's a decent track. The ninth track, Promise You That, is actually pretty good. Tate Keith does a great job with the instrumental, and Future sounds like he actually tried. His flow's pretty nice throughout the song, and this is one of my favorites. The track Stick to the Models is about the models he fucks, but it sounds kinda nice. You see, you can talk about bullshit but also make it sound nice. His flows are good, ATO Jacob and Jembo Beats make a great beat, and this is my favourite on the album. Now, what do you think Future would talk about on a track called Overdose? Well, in the chorus he says, swag overdose, swag to the most. Swear to God, I've never heard anyone say swag unironically for the past 5 years, and this is a pretty uninteresting song. The 12th track, Krazy But True, he talks about his influence over the hip-hop community, saying his influence is crazy but it's true. It's a pretty decent track. In the track Servin Killa Kam, he talks about how he's still gang and he talks about his money. And pretty uninteresting and generic. On the track Baptiize, he doesn't talk about anything. Well, I guess he talks about money, but you know when you say something so much it just means nothing? Well, this is that track. The track Unicorn Purp was disappointing. I like Gunna, but this whole track was boring. But we gotta ignore the fact that Future said, we done kidnapped your girl on the low and she be going bonkers. Like, what the fuck is that? Just casually throw that in there. Oh, and this track has nothing to do with unicorns. What's up with that? The track Goin Dummi is I've got money and hoes. Fuck with me, but Future sounds bored. On the 17th track, First Star featuring Travis Scott, Future sounds the most uninterested he's ever sounded. Even Travis Scott sounds uninterested. This is the most disappointing song on the album. Future, mate, you've got Travis Scott on a song. At least sound like you're interested. On the track Faceshot, it has a pretty interesting instrumental, but with the best beat on the album, Future starts his verses with skirt skirt in a fast car, skirt skirt in a fast toy. Skirt skirt put the yay up. Skirt skirt got my weight up. Well, the Future isn't the modern day Shakespeare, I don't know who is. I only like the track because of the instrumental. On the second to last track, Ain't Coming Back, he talks about his lifestyle and his ups and downs. It's a pretty nice track and a nice sounding beat. The final track finally takes its name from the legendary song by Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. But the difference between the Ghetto Boys track and this one is that this one's extremely boring. Also in the song, Future says, Flintstone in my ears, pissed on my wrist, baby. Since when was it cool to piss on your wrist and brag about it? Like, what the fuck? Overall, this album's way too long, being an hour long, but feeling like 2. The album's very generic, even though he shows glimpses of good flow and sounding interested in tracks like Temptation, Promise You That, and Stick to Models. On most of the album, he sounds bored and tired. This album is filled with trap bangers and a lot of fillers, but there's no substance or effort put into it. Overall, a 3 out of 10. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see ya.